talking about topicals, you have actual topicals and you have transdermal. So let's make sure that we make the separation of them.
Perfect.
Transdermal, you're going to put it close to a vein, and it's going to be a systemic relief. It can help with the pain here, with anxiety, with depression. You can't actually feel it if you put a patch transdermally or a transdermal
I did
gel.
not know that.
A topical cream is going to stay in your muscles, joint, in your skin. It's not going to get you high. It's not going to help you with anxiety. So with the topical cream, you should be looking for something that has CBD and THC, probably in a 1-to-1 ratio. It's going to work better than just a plain CBD cream or a plain THC cream. And also very important to make the differentiation between chronic pain and acute pain. If you threw your back, if your knee is hurting because you twisted, marijuana is probably not going to do much for that. But for chronic pain, the pain that you've had for 20, 30 years, a pain that is 10 out of 10 every single day, the topical cream probably will bring it down to a 7 or an 8, and you're going to be happy with that. But if your pain is acute, started yesterday, it's a little bit mild, the cream is probably not going to do much.
Gotcha.
So definitely try it. It's not going to hurt you at all. So why not try it and see if it helps you?
There's a scene, and it's the raptor.
I made a lot of people mad.
It's the raptor scene where the raptors are chasing the kids in the kitchen. And the raptor, he looks through the window of the industrial commercial kitchen, and then he blows his hot snort. Then a scene where the raptor's arm comes up and he's like, and he opens the door with his raptor hand. And I've hit it every other night.
I finally watched the movie Signs a few months ago. Hated it because why are aliens so smart but can't open doors? F that movie. That movie's dumb. If you like Signs, you're an idiot.
You are betting on the fact that he's going to put 2 and 2 together?
They tell Meryl to swing away.
To use his baseball bat to hit the all the water cups that your sister left around?
Oh, yeah.
And then spray the water, just yell they're afraid of water. God damn.
Hi, me Seth. Me gonna tell you a couple stories, okay? You're gonna be impressed. Me tell you 2 stories, one good, one bad. Me tell you a good one, me promise you'll laugh. Wait, why me see chat room saying good ones seem kind of bad? Huh. One story good. One story bad. One story feel happy. One story me sad. One story me big hero. The next me douchebag. One story me good. Me really good. Me telling you this story good. One story me bad.
I'm sorry you talking like that is caught on. I'm sorry. It's my fault. It is another A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. Dan.
Tom.
Sam. EJ.
Yeah.
We're going to California.
Yeah.
And we're going to South Dakota and Oregon.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. No. We'd put on the spot. You failed so bad you made Sam scream.
Like, we had the beauty of innocence in the 90s. And by that, I mean, we didn't know a lot of things, but we had the most fun. And we didn't know things were wrong. If they were, we didn't know. We were young, and we were just having fun and partying. We got drunk, and we passed out. Your boy found your keys the next day. You weren't on TMZ at all.
You could make mistakes.
You could make mistakes, right?
That's
so, for instance, when we had spring break, I will never forget this. This is in the book, though. I could just peek this.
Right. Okay.
In the book, I talk about how real strippers, because Florida, y'all got strippers.
Yeah. We do.
Just a few.
Yeah.
So
we got them.
we did the bikini contest.
Yes.
And we were in Panama City. I don't know if you remember this. We used to have college girls would do this. but the strippers came in and demolished, like
The ringers came in.
the ringers. They had the dental floss right over the nipple.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and when they turn, you see the nipple.
Yeah.
So they had to do the squiggly. and then the producers are in the truck. Who gave these girls these swimsuits? We can't hear this. All the dudes was like, "What's wrong with it?"
Because I've done lots of these news hits.
You have.
And
But
so,
normally you're goofing.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
your
yeah.
infamous Bye Bye Fingers.
Yeah.
The infamous pyro spot.
Yeah, Tom Van is filling his basket with fireworks. He says this is his favorite time of year.
Fireworks to me represent America. You know, I mean, I want to celebrate America. I want to celebrate the New Year's.
Van says it is all about blowing up the old year and bringing in the new, and he wants to do it with a bang. So he's spending some big money to have a good time.
I always go big with fireworks. I mean, I like to put on a show. I always do a big party at my house, and usually spend around $2,000 on fireworks. And because I really like to blow it away.
And I've done a lot of these news hits
More
before.
than anybody I know.
What's going on, Drunky the Bear? I'm right here at Floor & Decor, and I'm going to show you around their brand new giant glass selection. What's going on? I'm Drunky the Bear from the Monsters in the Morning. I just got done working the lunch shift at Las Spadas, and
I look like a big fat hamster.
time to eat some delicious Las Spadas. They got the best cheesesteaks.
Holy moly, I am big and fat.
I just ran the line at Las Spadas.
Hey, look at my haircut.
Oh, man, Boogie, look at
Racist.
Pee-wee.
It's human. It's human.
Dynamite. Let's do it. What y'all want to spell like? Doogie Howser?
No.
I can spell Doogie Howser. Y'all don't remember Doogie Howser? Welcome to the jungle where we got fun and games. We got everything you want from alcohol to cane. I hit it wrong every time. I ain't gonna lie.
Every time.
And I immediately smelled the reek of the pee from asparagus. And I said, I knew it! Squirt is pee! She's like, what are you talking about? And then I kind of filled it all in and everything. And she's like, I don't smell anything. I was like, I know, but I do. So there you go,
where did
fellas.
it come from?
Simple test.
I do like that I like that she pissed all over him and then immediately was like, ha ha! I've got you, redhead!
But did it come from her urethra or from her vulva?
No, it comes from your urethra. Yeah.
So that's pee.
Yeah, it's straight. It's always been pee. That's why I've been telling people this. I've been telling people
It doesn't come from your birth canal.
I thought it came from the vagina.
No. Nothing good
so
comes
it's
from a
pee.
vagina.
There was an instance where I'm sitting on the bleachers and like in the kids, apparently most of the class is starting later, more towards summer. Like it's still cool. And like, so it's,
this is early
there's like
on.
8 people and it's like a small deal. And apparently there's going to be like 15 later or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's not that many people there. Like down in the professional side, there's like the high schoolers training and the people swimming and the coaches and all that stuff. But I'm in like this at the end where all the kids
All
are.
right, let's get cameras going. Good morning, everybody. We are here. We have a guest. We're going to get his camera looking good. So size him up so he looks nice on the couch. We have an artist. He's going to get sexy for us, he says. It's, the ladies do like a nice looking gentleman,
Yeah.
They do.
Has
They do.
anybody ever told you look like Pedro Pascal?
Dude,
I've got
you
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
All right,
yeah,
this is
yeah.
you.
you guys are not the first.
Put the,
Absolutely.
and you want to get about an inch off of it like that when you're talking. Just
How's
like
that?
Yep,
How's
that's
that?
perfect.
That's
And I'm
good.
going to dial you in. You do look like, actually, I would say you look better because you look younger and
yeah,
less
I've gotten
stressed.
I've gotten like the young Pedro.
You look
before,
less stressed.
So,
He looks very stressed. I don't know if you know this, but that guy, he's the Sam Jackson of Pedro.
It's just because of the meme of him riding in the...
No, he does everything. He's in every movie.
Well, last week was more stressful. I had that art show, so I was looking pretty.
Were you looking
Pedro.
stressed?
Yeah, I was all
Now,
scraggly,
right?
you know. But now I'm good. The show's rolling.
It's
so
rolling
I'm all
along.
Good. Yeah.
Opening night's got to be hard, I'm sure.
Opening night is a lot. You get a lot of attention, which I'm not used to that, and so everyone's talking to you. There's people waiting in line to talk to me.
Yeah,
which, it was a lot, but I had a blast. It was fun.
They're saying we have a little bit of a video delay. Guys, I apologize. It'll probably correct itself. We are getting fiber in 2 weeks, so we have that to look forward to here.
Very nice.
We're going to get better internet, so that should any upload speeds we have problems with. As right now, I'm stalling to see if it'll fix itself. Okay. Mr. Van, would you like to begin? Let me make sure his creations can be seen. Boom. Yes, they can. All right. I think we're good, man. Would you like to start?
Sure.
And where are we putting this?
This will be Monday, just because of everything.
And 3.
Monday 3, yeah.
All right, here we go. 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We have a guest in studio, and before we get to our guest...
Yeah. Do we have like business to do here?
No,
we're live on Twitch and YouTube. I need to do a better job when we come back from breaks of reminding you guys that you can watch our podcast because it's pretty darn good. I'm happy with it.
I would just like to congratulate Daniel and I for becoming the #1 art podcast in Orlando. We are Orlando's art podcast now.
I don't know. The tide of art in Orlando rises and sets with us. Like I think I messed that all up.
Yeah.
You and I are. Like no one appreciates art like we do. No one supports the art community like we do.
That's true.
No one supports the gay community like we do.
Yes.
The LGBTQ+. No one supports the African-American community like we do. Nobody offers up more of their artistic jokes and true thoughts of their inner core and no one gives more to Orlando than we do. It is a travesty that these so-called politicians and these so-called journalists, if you want to even use that term, like do these lists of 50 most powerful people and we're never on them, even though we are slaves to Orlando and we live for the city and we are the true champions of art in this town.
It's like Jelly Roll and Post Malone being the new face of country music.
Exactly. I know
it makes a lot of people mad.
It rattles you, but guess what? Me and my pal Jelly Roll here. You're Jelly. You're Jelly Roll. Me and my pal Jelly Roll here are the kings of Orlando art and history. Museums, we got it on lock, and science. That's all
science,
of us. Who works with us? Or
museum,
let me ask you a couple
every
questions.
museum.
You just called it a museum. Let me ask you a question.
That's art. That's my art.
That's art. That's your art. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do we work with the Science Center?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Do we work with the Orlando Regional History Center?
Yes, we do.
Do we work with the Orlando Museum?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Okay.
Museum of Art.
Okay, the Museum of Art. Yes.
And now the History and Art Museum of Maitland.
Maitland Museum.
Which I live in.
We're getting all the museums.
I run by it all the time.
Yeah, exactly. What the hell is that? You're like, he runs by and he's like, that's a fancy museum.
There. What's
going
on?
We're scaring our guest. He has no idea what he walked into today.
No.
But I'm glad you reminded me. I'm glad that you reminded that we needed to do the art proclamation. We are the kings of art, and no one can even do you any other show working with any artists? Show me. They're not. They're not doing it.
So speaking of the Art and History Museum of Maitland, they have an exhibit there called Man and Machine.
It is really good.
And we have the artist that has created this entire exhibit, and it's super cool.
Yeah.
And we were looking at it this morning, and I can't even understand how you make some of the stuff.
It's also got a bit of a disruption aspect to it because, and we'll get into that a little bit.
Let me see if I can pronounce his name.
Yeah, do it.
You know, I did grow up in Miami.
Yeah.
So
No worries,
I should be able, but I've been living in Honky Town for too long.
Here we go.
I got up here.
Hold on, we're the kings of Orlando Honky Town art.
When I got up here, I was kissing everybody in the cheek.
Yeah,
I was bringing my Miami style, and then everybody's like backing off. I'm like, oh, they don't do this in Central Florida. I don't
He would do a lot of cheek kisses.
Very European, you know.
But that's what they do in Miami.
Yeah.
And then I got up here, and all the honky influence.
You started working with, like a lot
lost
of
my
Florida
Spanish
cattlemen.
Marro is here. How you doing, Marro?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great, you guys.
Sorry about all this.
Yeah, we apologize. It had to be done though.
No, this is fun.
Sometimes we're not really good at we're not good at giving ourselves flowers, and we deserved a bouquet there. We deserved a bouquet for somebody's got to champion art.
So explain the exhibit because it is super cool, and we have been into AI recently. So I want to talk about how AI is infused into this.
Right. So it's at the Maitland Art Center, or known as the Art and History Museums of Maitland as well.
Yeah.
And it's just an exhibit. I worked there over the last year. I had a residency there, so it's like a 1-year appointment where they provide me with a studio, and I get to just work there, sort of uninterrupted. And yeah, it was really, really amazing, for young emerging artists to kind of have a space and a place to work and get something done, and really, channel all of that for a year, without working in my kitchen or having to pay for some expensive space. So it was really amazing. And so the exhibit I was able to develop, Man and Machine, it's sort of about men and our struggles in life, and our equation of our value with our physical abilities, and sort of equating us to machines, and also talking about that idea of becoming outdated and getting replaced by the machine. And all that sort of combined, with the onset of AI, and also sort of men's mental health. Yes. So it's a big, complicated thing, but also I think I made it very approachable for men, because it's it's woodworking, it's engraving, it's kinetic sculpture.
This is very popular right now, as I'm seeing the interwovings of maybe the feature film The Wild Robot.
Okay,
I see the parallels. One could draw parallels here between your art and mainstream robot movie art.
So now I understand everything you're saying, but our listeners, they're real dumb.
They're real dumb.
Yeah, I can.
As you knew from the intro, we know we're cold.
I mean, every day we're with art.
Yeah.
But these guys, they look up at us and they're like, look,
right, but I think that's a really important point to make, because you don't want to make art that ostracizes people by being so weird or confusing to look at. You don't even know what you're looking at.
Do you know 14%? Only 14% of overweight people enjoy art. Did you know that?
How did they even get that?
I don't know.
It's a lot of walking. You gotta walk a lot.
I read it this morning in preparation for you. Exactly. It's a very odd statistic, but it's out there.
Yeah, that's really strange.
I know.
So if you look at the exhibit online, it's described as wood carving mixed with AI-assisted machinery.
Right.
And so
immediately I thought people that do art and wood carving would see the last line and be like, uh-oh, that's what I meant by disruption.
Right.
Anytime you take AI and infuse it into, quote, art, sometimes artists get rattled.
Right.
So, explain how you make these sculptures, because they are amazing.
Right. So it's a combination, sort of digital process, but also there's a lot of drawing involved. So some of the work, features these sort of really elaborate engravings, which kind of start as a digital artwork, and then those, where the AI comes in, is those get translated into vector files, and then a CNC machine can eventually engrave those, right? But there's certain interpretations that essentially happen. My drawing gets interpreted by the AI, and then that's what ends up getting carved, right? So it's
interesting.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
is there, am I correct in thinking that you as an artist, once you have inputted your art, or you input your art into the AI program, is there a point when you take your hands off of it and AI is then making a decision that gives it freedom?
Yeah, and not quite. I wouldn't quite say freedom.
Okay.
It is all very controlled.
Sure.
I would say I'm not just letting the AI do whatever it wants, but it's AI assisted, right? It interprets what I give it into code, into numerical code, right? And so it's sort of this one step removed process. Some people equate it to printmaking, where you have a block and then you print that block, right? But my block happens to be digital, and then the AI interprets the final image of that, and that's kind of what the print you get, right?
Is it's kind of cool in a way that you don't have to code, right?
No, I don't have to code. No.
So you are able to I'm like you in a weird way, because the way I use AI is purely from a non. I always use it from a creative standpoint. I am a creative guy.
You use it for art.
Yeah, I've written silly songs with it. I've done art.
Absolutely,
and stuff like that. But I'm always controlling it. But I also never let it, I force it to do what I want.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think a key point with the whole AI and art thing is that, you don't want AI to make the art. You want the AI to do everything else, so I have time to do the art, right? And
Right.
so that's the point here, right? So the AI is not taking over. It is just a tool I'm using, and it is interpreting what I'm doing it, but in a very what I'm telling it to do in a very controlled way. But I also think it's important to, if I'm going to speak about men and these subjects, to make the art of, something that we identify with. And men love tools, and we love technology and gears and moving things and things like that. So I think it's really important to incorporate that into the work, to comment on it afterwards.
Sure. I want to know your background as far as, how did you learn to do any of this? Like, what led you? You know, it's a very unique skill set.
And
then
it is.
And it's
did you start non-digitally or non-AI infused? In
Oh,
a way?
well, the wood carving,
and then you were like, you know what? I want to be in this world.
I mean, it's a long way coming. I mean, it's like asking an artist, how did you make that so quickly, right? And well, the real answer is it wasn't quick. It was 15, 20 years of working up my practice, my ideas, my methodologies to get to that point.
Sure.
But I was sort of predisposed for this in a way. I grew up in Switzerland. I'm from there. My father was a carpenter, so I grew up sort of looking at that kind of stuff and playing with it. And then eventually I immigrated to the United States in 2001, and got to school eventually, and I just fell in love with art. And I've always been into technology. I was that weird kid taking apart my mom's hairdryer to figure out what it does, and it just all kind of culminated in this. That addition of the advanced technology was just for fun for me. Something I learned here in school. I mean, I went to school here, UCF.
Right on.
Both undergrad and grad school.
Did your dad teach you how to wood carve?
No.
Or they were like that. He just happened to be, and then so you borrowed.
Or was he like the typical dad? He's like, don't get into wood carving.
No, like
my dad was like, you're not gonna do what I do.
No, he didn't actually force it at all, in any way, or he didn't tell me to not do it. But my dad was like sort of my hero growing up in many ways. He was this larger than life guy who sort of always worked really hard, and I just I emulated that from a young age. And so I just really fell in love with the woodworking. But he does something totally different. He does like functional carpentry stuff.
What are his thoughts on like what you do and where you've taken like your style of art and or carpentry?
I mean, he came to see the exhibit actually this past Friday at the opening, and he was
rubbish.
He was yeah, he hated it. He disowned me on the spot. No. He loved it, he was kind of blown away. It's a very different thing, and it's and that's part of the work too, is that conversation about men and our vulnerabilities. And he sort of almost didn't know what to say, but in a really good and sweet way. So it was really great to see.
It's also
that.
cool to see generationally different versions of sort of a same lane. Like you have functioning furniture or woodworking, and then you have this like completely bananas artwork. And then I noticed on some of yours, there's also a very human aspect to it. And tell me if this is what you were going for or no. But like I liked how like even when you were drawing things, that the Sharpie is just sort of taped to the machine doing it. You know what I mean? It almost made it feel more like really like art instead of it being like a computer.
You noticed that tape on there.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
No, honestly, that's just. I'm a man of
necessity, right?
Right. I'm a man of simple solutions. Usually the answer is within 10 feet of you, right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes
painter's table works.
That just works. It just works. And
because the art's incredible. I think on that one too, you're like, look at me, I'm drawing in the,
And there's a bit of information that sort of gets distorted or lost, if you will, when you do something like that. And that's part of the beauty of it, that you don't have this like perfect mark every time. Kind of a little bit of that unexpectedness actually adds a lot of like love and warmth to the work. That's why I love using wood too. It's such an unpredictable material. You never know what's going to be under there. So I just think it makes the work really like warm and feel sort of easily to identify with the work, you know.
Now, you're a UCF guy, correct?
Yeah.
And so when me and Daniel graduated UCF, I'm just curious how you made it to Central Florida and to UCF.
Well, we immigrated to St. Augustine. My family did, and then eventually, it was time to go to college, and I just loved Orlando. I just loved the city and went to school there, and then, eventually found my way to the arts. And for my grad school here, I just had really some good connections with some professors here in town. I didn't want to lose those relationships, and I felt that was really important to sort of further develop, and I ended up kind of connecting with some of those people at UCF, and it really just it was just a wonderful experience, just to kind of stay here. And most people don't go somewhere else for their grad experience, but I just love this place. And I had a great professor named Ryan Bisons who was really into CNC technology. He taught me a lot about it, and sort of
Ryan
Bisons. Yeah, he doesn't work there anymore, unfortunately.
Used to be an old fat radio DJ here in town named Ron Bison. Ron Bison he was on K92, the country station. It was Ron Bison in the morning.
Unrelated,
Yeah, completely unrelated. It was Bisons. This is Bison.
Yeah.
Mara, I want to set up a scenario for you because
we have some other class of 05 UCF babies in there. They're yelling him on. They're cheering him on.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. And by the way, people love your art.
That's
the
great.
The chat room is completely enamored with you.
Yeah,
they like you.
So let's say I'm at the Maitland Art Museum, and I'm wandering through the exhibit, and I've always wanted to do what I like to call oil tycoon, where I see a piece that moves me,
right?
And then I'm like,
look at this stunning display.
I have to have this, and then
you go get the little man with the glasses, and then he puts a tiny green sticker on it, which means it's been purchased.
No, it's not for
stickers.
sale.
No, you gotta have those little stickers.
But if they wanted to purchase it, even though it's not for sale,
everything's for sale.
Everything's for sale. Like, how would that work?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the goal is to make money, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, most of those pieces are actually for sale.
Oh,
so
okay.
If anyone's interested. But, I can always make more, right? That's part of it. So if there's that one piece that's sold that you really wanted, reach out to the artist, find that website and connect, or find their Instagram and reach out, Artists love to sell their work, and also they love to sell it privately because galleries take 50% of the money.
50%?
50%. 50%.
Oh my God.
So you just got, you want to make, you spend 200 hours or something and you want to make $1,500. Well, it needs to be, $3,000.
So that's why the prices are so high.
That's part of why the prices are where they are.
That makes sense.
You immediately lose 50%. Maitland takes 20%. Amazing.
That's pretty darn nice.
That's honestly great.
That's nice.
Fantastic.
Still, Castleberry takes 75%.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that.
Yeah. But if you want to cut them out,
25%. I think 25% of that is just kratom.
Yeah, just hit Mara up and be like, "Hey, I'll Facebook message you. You can meet in the Applebee's parking lot.
You got to go in between. Yeah, you got to go in between counties.
Yeah, we'll meet at Cappy's Subs in the parking lot.
I'll meet you behind Walmart.
Did you know Cappy's is back? Did you know Cappy's is back?
No.
We saved Cappy's, man.
Cappy's?
We Cappy Subs.
Oh, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Everybody's heard of it. Just nobody goes there.
No, I don't go there.
It's right by the Museum of Art.
It's right by there. You could drop through there. Some say their subs are a work of art.
So I'm curious to what the hardest sculpture you've made at the
I like
exhibit.
the tree blowing in the wind. I think that's an older one, but that is an older one. How big is that?
That's about, I don't know, 3 feet tall by maybe 2 by 2 feet.
To describe it to people, it basically has a mechanism inside of it that makes it look like the leaves are constantly moving. Right?
Yeah. It was when I was an undergrad, I was making these pieces that were sort of abstractions of nature. So I thought it was kind of fun to make a windless tree,
Yeah.
And this was sort of some of my early thinking, sort of bringing a dead material back to life. This is wood that we've cut, we've remanufactured it into different wood. It's plywood, it's MDF. But now I've given it new life. It's a tree again, and maybe in the future when all the wind has stopped on the planet Earth, this tree will still be. This one will still be moving.
Yeah, I know.
Mara,
it's a very sad fact you stuck in there.
Well, you got to have that little dark humor in there.
That's art.
That's important in my work.
It also tells the truth, right?
It does.
I'm curious to what you think AI will do in the future and what AI could possibly do to art, what we perceive as human art versus AI art.
And just right off the top, because I wanted to ask this, have you had any pushback from people that are other artists that are like, man, I don't know, I like art when it doesn't have AI?
I've had a few people who are like engravers, and they're like, "Oh, well, it's kind of like cheating. You're using that machine, you know." But for me, it's like, well, I'm using an iPhone, and you're using an old like an old crappy phone. You know, that's like how I look at it. And as far as like my art is concerned, I'm just using the technology of the time to comment on the time, right? So, but that being said, I do think AI it's a really risky thing, you know. I mean, it could go either way. I hope it's just here to help us, right? And it doesn't take over.
Yeah.
But it is a scary thing.
It could peel our skin off and boil us alive.
yeah.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I don't know, but that's what I would do if I were
so
AI.
far.
I would peel
Well, you're
all your
crazy.
skin off
Yeah,
and boil you alive.
It's not crazy.
Yeah, and no, in fact, I'd make it worse than that. I'd make you peel your own skin
Right.
off and boil yourself alive.
And it came so far to nobody had Chat GPT like a year or two ago, and now it's everybody's using it. You know,
I know.
And you fall behind otherwise. You almost have to.
I don't even
get
do
with
anything
it.
over here anymore, and I tell Tom that.
Yeah, I mean, I send emails with it. I do all kinds of stuff with it.
I will only use it for emails if it's a fancy email and I need to not mess things up. So, like, if I'm emailing a guest and I want to get all the details in there, I'll use it. But I think sometimes people will call me out if I use it.
Sometimes the email gets a little robotic. It's almost too like cold.
Do you think we'll get to a point where it'll be impossible to distinguish what is AI and what is human created? And then if we get to that point, then is it diminish human creation?
Well, no, it just gives us a better appreciation for art that's flawed. So we'll go the other direction. The pendulum will go back.
Well, then the AI will just start emulating the flaws because it just does.
We'll ride that out for a while until we get back to crappy art.
It is a really complex question, right? Because I think AI will...
Hold on a second. I need to point out that Tom and I, the luminaries in this world of art and science and history, ask really complicated questions.
Oh, it's so difficult, you know?
Back to you, Mara.
Very highbrow.
Yeah.
But no, I think design will be really heavily affected by AI, right? Sort of stuff that is not in like the fine art world, right? Web design or marketing, that kind of stuff. AI is really going to take over there because it's just quick and easy, and it pumps those things out really, really well. While I think at this point, the fine art, it still really lacks like that authenticity that you seek in artwork, right? It cannot fake like authenticity, and it can't fake that experience. It can do the technique, and it can pull off the visual, but it still has no soul, you know? And I think
it's Kyler Murray.
That's a sports reference.
No, that's a great dude. Tell me, that's a good reference. He got all the tools. If you watch that guy run, he runs. He's the best at running. You watch that guy pass, he's the best at passing.
Right.
But he just doesn't have the soul. He doesn't have the soul.
And so I think that'll be an interesting intersection when it becomes self-aware, right? Because then we're all screwed, right?
You're just like, well, what is soul?
Right. And then when it has a soul,
and then it's talking to me,
then
it's like, hello, Daniel, why don't you come in here and peel your skin off and boil yourself alive?
So my advice is be real nice to the chat, you know?
Oh, man, I'm the meanest to it. Do you interact with it?
I'm always like, thank you so much,
no,
chat.
I always say things. I'll go like, you made this mistake yesterday. And then I'll say, if you were real, I would kill you.
He gaslights AI. He makes it believe.
Yeah, well, we know where they're coming first. So,
they will it'll be my house, guaranteed.
Again, it's the Art and History Museum of Maitland.
Yes, sir.
The exhibit is now. It's Man and Machine.
Go support it. Go see it.
Yeah,
go support local artists. The chat room loved you. Congrats on everything, man.
Yeah. Thank
really
you guys.
Cool to have you in.
Exhibit is up until January 5th, I believe.
Nice.
It's usually Tuesday through Sunday. It's open. I think 11 through 4, something like that. Go check it out. It's really something different, art that speaks to us men and our experience. And, I'd love to have anyone check it out.
Awesome.
That's really cool, man.
Thanks so much for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, and thank you guys for having me. This
man.
is awesome for a local artist, a young guy, just anything to get the work out there. You know?
Well, we try to get the word out. Look, if you're gonna be the forerunners of art in
Orlando,
you can't just talk it. You gotta walk it.
That's
you gotta walk it, and we walk it.
Yeah. Now, I will say, if we promoted Twin Peaks right now, I mean, it'd be slammed.
That's art. That's art. That is art.
Yeah. But,
you ever been to Twin Peaks? Oh, my God, Mario. What do you mean? Oh, my God. Put some AI on that.
What is Twin Peaks?
Twin Peaks? Don't even know.
Oh, my God.
It's like a strip club or something?
Hey, not a strip club. It's a place to get wings.
It's a family sports bar.
It is. So it is. Okay.
No, it's not.
I know what it is.
You don't know what it is. You don't know what it is.
They just have the outfits.
Look, these are UCF. These are women going to UCF trying to work their way through school that need a couple dollars, and I just happen to tuck it in their flannel.
Come on.
Just another restaurant.
Yeah, here's a $50 bill in your flannel.
All right, we'll be right back.
That was awesome, man. We're still on Twitch and YouTube. You were very funny, and that was awesome.
Yeah. Thank you guys,
People very much enjoyed that, man. Thank you for being such a good sport.
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys again for doing this,
Oh, man, we just like being silly, and we actually do enjoy art. So
Yeah.
We've worked with the Maitland History and Art Museum before in the past. And
Yeah.
They when your exhibit came, the marketing people reached out to me and they're like, "Oh, this is a good fit." And
it's even cooler that it's a local guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that going into it, but yeah, I mean, your story's great.
It's an awesome story.
Yeah. I really appreciate that.
And anytime you have something going on, I mean, you're good on the mic. And you're younger and whatever. Just hit us up, man.
Yeah, I would love to.
I'll give you
sure.
We'll give you a card, and then we'll
you
have something going on.
Absolutely.
Hit us up.
I have other shows and things coming up, all kinds of things. I know some other great local artists too that have a total different vibe. If you are interested in continuing like an art,
we'll talk to anybody.
Profile of some of the locals.
Why
I know a few charming people from around.
Yeah.
We're always looking for. I would love to come on here and just chat for.
Fringe and everything. We make jokes because that's what we do. But it all works.
Yeah.
It's all cool stuff that we can talk about in our listeners.
Yeah, of course. But I think it makes things approachable. That's a big part of the exhibit too. Is make it a little fun.
We do make jokes, but we do hate to say it, but what we do is art. And we don't like to say that. But I guess if you really do boil it down, we're not up there roofing,
Oh, hey, I mean, I'm not either,
And God bless those guys that are.
You're closer to roofing
than we are. Yeah.
We do nothing.
Yeah, you could actually you could cut your fingers off with yours.
Oh, the art life is not easy. It is a tricky existence, absolutely,
You could frame a door better than I could.
I've only done that one time, and I messed it all up so bad. Oh, I had to have my dad come over and reframe it. Oh, I screwed it up so bad.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Anytime, man. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Thank you. I just got to save the file to make sure we don't lose you.
Yeah.
And have a good rest of your day, man.
Yeah, that was nice and chill, you guys.
Oh, good. Glad to hear that.
Never know, I didn't know what to expect.
No, TC, that's Monday 3?
Yeah, it's Monday 3.
Okay, bro. Got it.
And this will air on our podcast on the radio Monday. But it'll be Monday. Yeah. And then our social media person usually take photos of the show.
Sounds good. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. And
Richard was Tom, and you're Tom.
I'm Tom.
And I'm Dan. Yeah.
Tom, thank you guys so much. And I'll reach out again. Maybe
Do it.
A couple weeks or a month or something.
Yeah.
We could have a little follow-up or something.
Let's do it, man.
Fun,
Cheers. Email me.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, thank you.
Have a good rest of your day, man.
Take care.
and then we'll
finish her up. Or
we'll wait for Sanford, and then we'll do Sanford after for Monday 4.
Keyed up medium, that is something we kick around. It's just it's not the same. 10, 23 men's. I need to edit that. Needs edit. At 13. Shit. I'm going to start doing it like that. That's actually not a bad idea. Put the time on the end. So what you do, it's on the back of our chairs too, Jackal. But, you know. That's why we did it. It's fine. T for Tom, Tom Tall. D for Dan Dumpy. That's not nice. Let's see if it made it up there yet. I'm checking to see if Airtight Mom has made it up there yet. No, Milton's up. Airtight Mom should be up in a couple of days. Every night, EJ streams his Pokemon, and I see the things come through, and it's usually at a time when I can't do it. The chat room is spicy today. They're spicy. Jackal's real spicy today. I think this guy's
what is he
he's
saying?
bullying you. Said, ask Tom if his kids already quit karate.
No.
No? It's not for
I'm
me to
bringing them
answer, but
Wednesday.
Look, I saw the calendars started getting filled up. I know one of your boys has lost his mind. One of your boys is doing everything.
Well, yeah, Max switched his breakdancing to Mondays because he switched teachers or whatever, and now we're going to this new place. And
But it's closer for you, right?
Yeah, it's by your old house.
Yeah, congratulations.
Right?
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah.
By the church, right?
Yeah.
Or it's at that church.
It's at the church. And
at least it's in a nice ass neighborhood.
Yeah, and then so that was our Monday karate, and then so now they're gonna go Wednesday. I already text Seth about it, and Seth's like, he's like, I really wish you'd go 2 days a week. Well, I'm like, what? Now I'm still trying to convince Tommy to go, but he wants to go with Max.
Yeah.
Well,
he has a little more trouble with. He just doesn't want to do that shit, and he likes having his brother there. I don't blame him.
Max was into everything. Tommy's like, I don't want to do nothing.
Max is just adding everything.
We're forcing Tommy.
I don't know which way to go on that. I'll be honest with you as a parent, because I don't really.
It's not that he doesn't throw it like he doesn't.
Then it's not really a force.
No, he was like, you have to.
I made a force. Brent O'Quinn. I'll tell this story.
I'm not forcing.
He still lives in there. Brent O'Quinn was forced to swim at swim class, and I don't think I've ever seen a human being that upset in my life. And even to this day, and he was like a little kid, and his mom and dad made him take the class with me, and it's still in my brain.
No,
how bad it was.
I'm too weak to do anything like that. We're like, hey, you got to do this or something else physical. Your choice. And he's like, all right, this.
No, that's so you.
But if I asked him, like,
Yeah,
you can
that's
stay
you.
home today, he'd be like, oh, okay. I just don't really give him an option. So it's not really. And then he goes, he has a good time.
No, that's good.
And then he feels good after.
That's good.
It's just like everything.
Then you're doing it.
I have to force myself to run. I hate every second of it.
Yeah.
When I start.
Oh, man. Well, we were talking about it. I
don't want to do that shit.
I think I've reached a point where I'm okay. I'm going to continue, and I'm going to try to, like, lately I've been exercising. I'm not drinking right now. I'm doing another not drinking thing.
Yeah.
I've been backed off, but I'm doing the not drinking again.
Yeah. Just not at all.
We got the hollow box thing under our belt, and I went a little nutty with the German beers.
No,
I fucked my stomach up real bad.
Oh yeah.
Because that one, what is it? The Tucher. I haven't had a Tucher since that. I told you this. I'll tell the story. I haven't had a Tucher since me and Drew Garabo got in a fight with lesbians at Copper Rocket, and the lesbian hit me over the head with a pool cue. It didn't break. That's why it hurt. If it had broken, it probably wouldn't have hurt.
25 years ago, maybe more.
And they still serving the big. That beer still holds up. A Tucher with an orange slice. It's the original craft beers.
Yeah.
Were like German beers. Fuck, it was good, and I just kept drinking them. And they're not crazy ABV. They're not going to blow your shoes off, so you can drink them and you're functioning. You're having a great time. And then I ate that pretzel tartare that was oh my God, it was good.
Yeah.
That's not even my thing, but that was my thing that night.
Yeah. Yesterday, even then, I was watching football yesterday, and I was like, I'm gonna have more than I usually do, and then and you feel like shit yesterday. I was like, God.
I have one 16-ounce Coors Light in the fridge, and I looked at it last night, and I shut the door, and I was so sad. And I'm like,
I know,
you got to get it out of there. We'll just pour it out.
No,
I can't pour it out. Put it in the back of the fridge.
It's also a sign of the discipline of not drinking.
Okay, that's what I was using it as. I was like, you didn't drink it.
I always have cold White Claw staring me straight in the face,
Yeah.
just so I could look at it and be like, not today.
And I'll tell you, the comment that Maisie made about like, well, if mom's gone, I don't want you drinking. I'm like, oh man, normalized it. I've normalized it. That's bad. That's the worst. That's why I'm the worst. I'm more worse father than you. You are a good father. I am a selfish, alcoholic, terrible, abusive father.
But Maisie's already...
She's already done.
Got everything she needs.
I did everything I needed to do. She's done.
She got it inside.
She got to help the adult kid class yesterday. Oh, I didn't hear the end of that. The speaker system was messed up in the little kid room, so they moved everything into the bigger class. So she got to set up. She has to set up the speakers, put out the stuff. You know, she does the helper shit.
Yeah.
And she got to help the adults. Oh God. I got to help the adult. Oh, she's like, so.
Thank God you're born for
What's
it.
up, buddy? We're on YouTube and Twitch. We're just telling dirty jokes.
What's going on?
Congrats on your new sax player, brother.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah, is that in addition to, or did you lose somebody? Or is it bad blood? Am I not supposed to bring it up?
Not really bad blood.
Scheduling conflict, getting older?
Guy's kind of moving on.
Yeah.
Doing his own thing.
Yeah.
And then he's going to be a monk.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Oh, that's cool.
That is actually quite cool.
I've never even met anybody that's going to be that.
Yeah. Imagine disliking your band so much that you become a monk. Hey, comedy.
Imagine Dom drives you so crazy you become
a monk.
That's what Batman did.
That is what Batman did. Oh my God, the saxophone Batman.
This is the second one. This is the second one that's become a monk.
The saxophone Batman. Oh my God.
I mean, it's he was a sober, straight-laced kind of guy when we met him, and
okay.
Oh,
you took him down the road. You showed him the tour life. All right.
So this new kid, I already told him. I said, you
What's
can't
up,
drink
y'all?
or do drugs. Sorry, buddy.
We are on all of the things, just to warn people. You look strong.
Come have a seat.
How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Hi, team.
Look how strong. He looks strong. You look like a strong man. You look like Eddie Hall. Do you follow Eddie Hall?
This is so cute.
England's strongest man. He makes fun of all the Middle Eastern strong men.
Ooh, Paul, water.
Like Baba.
Water
Like, do
bug.
you remember Baba?
Yeah.
Khan Baba.
You have
Is it
water in
Baba Khan or Khan Baba? I think it's Khan Baba. Let's talk about Khan. I'm going to write that down.
I watched a documentary on Eddie Hall once. A Netflix documentary, I think.
Yeah, he's funny. He does really funny videos. Whoa.
Brianna and I watched WrestleMania 3 last night with Hulk Hogan against Andre the Giant. It was pretty radical.
Is that when he body slams him?
I am
he did the whole his
You guys ever
arm.
watched the Andre the Giant documentary?
Yeah.
It's one of the coolest documentaries I've ever watched.
I was telling my sons the other day at breakfast, I was like, Andre the Giant was so big that he went to Japan one time and he couldn't fit into the bathrooms in his hotel.
That's true.
So he had to poop on a bed sheet in his room.
Yeah,
and
no,
they
he
came
put the
and picked
bed
it up.
sheet in the toilet, I thought.
No, they put it on the floor.
Oh, it was on the floor,
And then
yeah,
he
yeah.
pooped on it, and every day
And
they
then they
just
had to
come
bundle
pick
it. They bundle it like an elephant.
I told him that.
Clip of you remember Bam Bam Bigelow?
Yeah.
He was telling a story about.
There's a
Andre the
microphone
Giant.
right underneath
He's
you.
like- he's
It's
like,
just
yeah,
there's a
we-
little
and we
cable.
went-
You'll
we-
see it,
we
but kind of.
had a bunch of
There you go.
Mexican food,
You got it.
the night before, and we were wrestling in a match, and he sat on somebody's chest, and
There
he
you
just
go.
started diarrhea. And every time he tried to get up, it just kept coming out and coming out and coming out. The dude was just shitting all over.
Oh my God.
Is there a video of that?
I don't think so. This is a recount.
A
by
lot of
Bam
them
Bam
are
Bigelow.
stories, yeah. Like when it didn't Bam Bam's eye, or was that Vader whose eye came out? I think it was.
That was Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah, where his eye came out, and then he just like
Detached retina?
He just
Yeah.
pushed it back in and kept wrestling, because that's what you do when you're a wrestler.
Yeah, that's tough shit.
What did
man.
you ever think of the movie, the wrestling movie we all wanted to go to, and then did you like it?
Okay, I'm going to tell you something. That movie actually changed my life.
Did it?
I think I've told you the story before, but maybe not. The wrestler Mickey Rourke, or are you talking about the Von Erich movie?
The Von Erichs.
The Von Erich movie was fantastic, but the story I'm telling you is I was at home watching the wrestler with Mickey Rourke. This was like, I don't know, 12 years ago probably. A few years after it came out.
I love that movie.
So I was at home watching it, and I had this distinct realization of, and that was at the time where I was at West End every night getting drunk, and I was either on stage or I was the only focus of if I was there, we rang triple what I would ring if I stayed home.
Oh, yeah.
So I was watching that show, and I was watching him do all this stuff and get old, and I was like, that's like what that's me, except for with drinking. I'm a dancing bear, and if I don't change something like in my life,
this is gonna be
my
me.
business, I'm never going to get past me being the main focus of entertainment.
Yeah.
So that watching that movie made me think about things differently.
You imagine yourself as old Paul Williams coming out of the
dyeing my
back
hair,
and you just cut your hand on a shot glass, giving a sunshine bomb to somebody, and some kid's like, "I need another sunshine bomb," and you're like, "Oh!" and you get mad.
I just realized I'm not going to be able to do this forever. It made me think I'm not going to be able to do this forever.
Yeah, no, 100%. And you start realizing you're like, it's impossible to keep this up. Like, it's just like 20 years of this is not gonna do good.
I can't drink 50 units of booze every night. It's not gonna happen. I'm not built for
We were
this.
just talking about that. Like, I'm not drinking right now, but you don't drink at all now, right?
Haven't had a drink. It'll be 4 years, December 21st.
Congratulations, man. That's amazing.
And I remember the drunk Paul.
Oh.
He's intimidating.
I remember rapping. I remember being drunk and also rapping with Paul.
Yeah.
And Paul is an amazing drunk rapper, like top tier level.
We did
good
we
rapper.
did our 3-Pac bit for the West End's 18th anniversary like a few weeks ago.
I think you accidentally did it at one of our it was right before I quit.
We did do a couple
and
songs.
You got on stage and just started spitting bars, and everybody was like, "What the fuck?"
We did it when you guys had it was that, what was his name? D-Rug? What was
yeah.
It was, and then we gave away a fake watch.
Yeah, Snooze-giving.
Yeah, and then we did a buck hunter competition. That was a good event.
Those are the good days where we were just young and just
care.
like fucking around.
Yeah. But that was the original Beer Fest. Because Snooze-giving turned into Beer Fest, which we'll talk about today. But that's because we did it in around Thanksgiving. That's why we called Snooze-giving, and then we basically just turned that into
and that's
the
where
Beer
first
Fest.
time I saw you rap.
I just remember that night too. That was the night Authority Zero played.
Yeah.
You had the chick dressed up with the horse face on.
Yeah,
everybody was taking pictures with her. It was a fun night.
Yeah. We gave out miniature keychains and we called them pain pill holders.
Well, it looked like a pain pill.
It was
a little pain pill, and then if you slid it, it would dispense any pills you put inside of it. So we gave out pain pill holders. That's back when we had an edge.
This was before the whole industry changeover with OxyContin.
Yeah, this is back when we had an edge.
This is OD crazy.
This is when people are dropping dead.
Oh, I know, man.
It was a high.
All right.
Did you watch that docuseries with Taylor Kitsch about OxyContin on Netflix?
No.
Real good. Came out like last summer, I think.
It is crazy.
Matthew Broderick played the dude from the pharmacy.
The pharmaceutical. It's nuts what they did to the entire world and your country. Yeah. Where it's like, we are going to make heroin and get America addicted to it. It's the same shit.
And we're going to do it. Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to send out hot-ass 22-year-old pharmaceutical salesmen to pressure these doctors into over-prescribing this shit.
God, I wish they'd do that with printer paper. Because I'd be a buying motherfucker. Like, you come by this place and give me some ink, you give me some cyan, I'm low on cyan. You bring me a carton of cyan, I'll give you anything you need.
You stubbed your toe, here's 60 pain pills.
Yeah.
So that shit you
Remember my jug? Did I ever tell Paul about my jug? I got a cold. And then they gave me I was like, oh man, they're like, it's in your chest. We got to give you the good stuff. I was like, yes, I'm getting the good stuff. So I was like, normally you get the little bottle and it's got like maybe 6 swigs in it of the good stuff, right? The hydrocodone.
Oh, yeah.
They'll literally blow your tits
the
off.
liquid,
Yeah.
I've done
cough syrup.
When I show up, they hand it through the Walgreens window, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it is it's this
I
big.
saw it.
He saw it. It's this big.
It's a
white,
pharmacy one.
and it had Daniel Dennis on it, and then it said right here, it said I should have taken a picture. It said not servings. What is it? It said like how many doses, and it said 1,082.
God damn.
And I'm like,
I'm gonna be high.
And I drove out. I remember I drove out. And
I'm still mad you never gave me some.
I had it. I just like leave it out on my
That's how
counter.
Pimp C died, guys. That's how Pimp C died.
It's gotta be because it's so good. It's nobody can ever say it's.
Didn't the tech at CVS?
What they did is bad, but the feeling is good. The feeling is fantastic.
I had a bottle of that, not quite that big, but like a larger bottle when I had my tonsils out when I was in my early 30s, and I just remember when I was hurting so bad when I got home, and I remember like, all right, well, I'm going to see if this helps. And I remember swigging that stuff. And within 4 seconds, I couldn't even feel my feet. Like, the stuff is not supposed to go in a human body, I don't think. Like, to the point where I would be like, I'd have a glass of water and I'd just like pour water on myself. Like, it turns you into an invalid.
Yeah, I was taking a little bit.
Well, that's what you want.
I'd sit down to watch. My favorite thing. I'd sit down to watch Rock a Love Bus. I'd sit down. I'd fire up some. What's that guy's name with the bandana?
Brett Michaels.
Brett Michaels. Rock a Love Bus. I take a little capful. Oh, these have melted into my lazy boy. But anyway, those days are gone. I'm a dad now. What are you talking about?
No more drug abuse.
No. All right. Good warm up. But man, he was mad. He's like, "How much did you get?" I was like, 1,082.
Didn't the tech at CVS look at the giant bottle and be like, "This is not right"?
You're not supposed to get a 2-liter soda's worth of fucking hydrocodone.
There's no way. Like, we've never done this before. This has to be wrong. There's no some sort of.
Well, Andrea instantly knew. Like my wife, she's like, "What is that?"
Oh, you know what it is.
You know what it is. Okay, you ready to start?
Yep.
You start. Here we go. Where are we putting this?
This actually has to air on Monday. Do you have to promote something this weekend?
Yes.
We do.
Okay, then we'll put it to Friday.
All right.
We'll put it to Friday 2.
Friday 2.
Oh, before we start, what is the date? And we can talk about Sofas and Suds weekend. Business weekend. Okay.
Yeah. All right. You start, buddy. 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got the new Sanford 3.
Extra blast. You guys get an extra blast. 3 blasts full.
So now, full transparency. Before we started the show, we had a 15 to 20 minute conversation about pain pills.
We did, yeah. That's why the energy level's high. It's gonna settle back down. It's gonna be pretty low now. We're gonna go low energy now.
So how you guys doing?
Good. We're just waiting for it to kick in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we also did pain pills.
A lot of them. A lot. No. They're not even around anymore.
No, that thing's.
Yeah, you go to get anything done, they're like, here's your sensible 3. You can cut these in quarters if need
All right,
be.
what's the time right now? Okay. Can you say boof on the radio?
You can say boof.
There you go. There you go.
You can boof.
There you go.
Yeah, so
absolutely can say boof.
Well, before we talk about
Boof was Teen Wolf's girlfriend in Teen Wolf.
You're correct.
By the way.
Wow. Not to be confused with Biff.
Who was
very confusing times.
Who was a bully and also a comedian that comes to town, and if he plays that goddamn guitar one more time and sings his stupid song, I'm gonna break it over his head.
Who's that?
Biff.
Oh, really?
He's a comedian.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah. He's a comedian. He sings some songs like, "Please don't call me Biff in the airport."
Those,
like, all right, get out of here.
Those memes that came out when Bernie Sanders and Trump were going back and forth, and they were putting Trump as Biff and Bernie Sanders as Doc. That was some of the funniest stuff I've seen in.
That's high quality humor right there. I like that.
So before we talk about the Bad Business Beer Fest and Sofas and Suds, which, by the way, we do, and we're still looking for some teams that want to race in the couch races and the recliner division. So
if you have a couch, if you have a team of people, we'd love to have you enter because it's super duper fun.
Basically, all you need is a couch and some wheels, and you're good. I mean, you don't have to, if you want like a chance to win.
Yeah, there's 2 ways to win, though, guys. Remember, one of them is to win the actual race, But if you're just looking to win the pageantry portion of things, that's actually the cooler part to win, in my opinion, is to have the cool couch and do the parade and, you know, throw some candy out or whatever and be the crowd favorite. I think that's just as cool as winning the actual pushing race, you know,
I think it's better, actually. I think I'm a little done with the speed competition.
It's a little bit, it's gotten a little bit alpha male, testosterone-y. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I kind of like about it is the chance for you and like your business to have a little team building thing and promote your
that's
business
what
at
that's the root of
know?
what it's supposed to be. Yes.
I think that's really that's the greatest part about it.
And it's if you have a small business or even I mean Audi was in it for years. They are rich. But it's a great way to promote your business, and like Dom said, you know, you get a team together.
Low. It's not even. It's a nothing. You know, you pull your resources, get in there.
It's really the entrance fee just covers like a few expenses for us, and then it gets you into the VIP section where you're just having fun and drinking some drinks. So.
Yeah, and thousands of people come out that day, and Daniel and I are hosting the event, and we say the name of your business multiple times to give you a promotion. You know, like we'll
even say it when we don't want to say it because you know people get real picky about how they're. I mean, what was it? It was CrossFit Exalted. I'm like, give it up for CrossFit. They're like, no, we're CrossFit Exalted. I'm like, Exalted? Jesus Christ? I don't know. What does Exalted mean? It ascends to heaven?
That definitely is in the Bible dictionary, yes.
Yeah.
Exalted.
Exalted, right? Doesn't that mean ascend to heaven?
You forgot the LLC part, too.
Oh, yeah.
People do have some bizarro names for their small business.
I hate to tangent off, but you know what?
Please. That's what the show is made
actually is one of the things that makes me cringe laugh is when I see like a construction worker's van and it says, you know, so and so's plumbing, and then they have to put that they're an LLC on the side of their truck. Like that's not information that anybody needs to get a plumber to know what type of business, if you're incorporated or an LLC or what type.
I thought it built confidence.
I just don't know why you would waste lettering for that.
Well,
you're right.
It's an old school thing where you want to tell and market like I paid $110 on LegalZoom.
I know how to go to SunBiz.
Does it make them look more professional? Is that what you're saying?
Is it the cheaper version of licensed and bonded? It's the cheaper version.
No. LLC has nothing to do with being licensed.
No, I know
or bonded.
it doesn't.
Now
but
I can understand if someone put licensed and insured and bonded on some sort of truck, but saying that you're an LLC, you're right. Anybody can form an LLC by paying $100 and whatever to SunBiz.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean anything.
But I think the stupid people, they're stupid. They're like,
so maybe that's what it is. Yeah. Oh, they're legit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a shade tree mechanic.
I'm gonna put those on my new stickers. The Supervillains LLC.
Yeah. We mean business. We have listeners that want us to put TomandDan.com on our stickers, and I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
The internet, by the way, the internet's useless. When's the last time you used the internet and it worked? Doesn't work anymore. It's broken.
It certainly ruins a lot of things.
It's all messed up now.
How else are we supposed to know that the Democrats are putting the hurricanes on places?
Well, that is true. The whole weather lasers, that's true.
Also, if you do enter your business into the couch races, please simplify your name. I am tired of that. I'm like Bill McGillicuddy's Water Restoration and Construction LLC. What the hell?
It wasn't LLC.
Bill's Construction.
Okay.
I think this is going to help get more people. I think our negativity will help.
I ranted off yesterday. There's a truck, a lawn service truck that goes around my neighborhood, and it's called Clean as a Bell. And I'm having trouble why they picked this name, because you can
clean as a whistle.
You could say clean as a whistle. You could say clean as hell. You could say clear as a bell. But like,
but they got
what
you.
does clean as a bell mean?
But you'll never forget it.
It's not quite as clean as a whistle. I'll tell you that.
You'll never forget it. It's ringing in your mind right now.
I've probably sent this man more business because I've been ranting off about this guy for like 6 months now. So
did he just not know the saying?
I want to pull him over and ask him this.
So it's clean as a bell?
Sir, what does this mean?
I am hungry as a giraffe. Right?
It's like an older guy. Like he appears to be like a 60-year-old guy, and it's just like one guy with his helper in a truck. So I don't think that he has some sort of marketing ploy. You know.
Hold on, look up cleanasabell.com.
Please do.
Find this.
It's probably not on the internet,
the chat
but
room is saying it's Clean Isabel.
That's even weirder.
Yes. That sounds like
no, the chat. Oh, okay. Clean is about. Is it Sanford?
Well,
see, there's clear as a bell right there. Yeah.
Bell's cleaning.
No, it's at the lawn service.
It's a lawn service.
Yeah, lawn care.
It's a lawn care service.
Clean as a bell.
The truck is green and it's got orange lettering.
You know what's funny? I associate bells with being dirty.
I do have. Yeah. Well, you want him to.
I would
Like the
assume that this
Liberty
guy
Bell?
does not do any online marketing. He's a 60-year-old man. He probably has 50 lawns.
He's
and
not on here. Yeah, he's
probably been in business for 30, 40, 50 years.
Yeah, he's clean as a bell.
He's
man.
clean as a bell.
Yeah,
though.
I like that. I like that he messed it up. Just my
Are
grandma
bells
used to say-
clean by nature?
No, they're cracked and dirty.
Now,
They're rusty.
Anybody here played handbells? Anyone other than me?
Not this week.
Anyone? Any other homosexuals here? anyone else? Please raise your hand. I played bells. My mom was the teacher of the Trinity United Methodist Church.
Oh, you mean like xylophone?
No, I can play the xylophone
Okay.
and the marimba, but no, these are handbells.
I can play all those things, but only one song.
They're big
Mary
bells.
Had a Little Lamb. So
Oh, that's good though.
Yeah,
if you could
that's
do
it.
that, that's good. But they're handbells, and you play. It's a choir of people.
Oh,
and
the
you
dude
ring
at Willow
them.
Tree does that thing.
Yeah.
Where he-
Well, those are different. Those are like the ones you jingle. These are big, and they go like boom,
and
you
they're
do like
lined up,
chords.
and then you pick them
Yeah.
up as they go.
You do like big.
We all of a
chords
sudden
and
sound
stuff
like
that.
a bunch of 6-year-olds trying to describe something with our hands and our
Yeah. And
verbs.
Tom's Uber Eats was down here. He had to get himself a Moco Loco. Lock the door. Don't let him back in. Lock the door. That's his punishment. Lock the door. I'm serious. Lock it.
He's doing a business of some sort.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure. He's getting ate the weed out there. He ain't doing no business.
He's like, I'm outside.
Yeah. The guy's like, I got your weed right here. Swing by Tom and Dad. Oh yeah.
So-
if they get arrested.
Interesting flex on that I wanted to talk about today is I got an email yesterday from my medical marijuana doctor urging everyone to vote no on 3 and listing all the reasons why. Just out of protecting their medical marijuana doctor business. I thought it was an interesting flex from someone in that industry.
That is a weird flex. The only thing I'm voting yes on is the one where kids as young as 3 can get abortions. But that's just me. That's just me. Because I like aggressive.
You got to know it's important.
I want to burn it all down.
Oh, speaking of weed, when we were at Hollabox, there was this crazy line. And
this is where I got the joke from about the 8th.
And then BDMs were telling me, like, I saw the crazy line. I was like, oh my God, the BDM party's going to be packed. And they're like, oh, not packed. And they came up there, they're like, there's a line outside. And then we find out they're giving away free weed.
1/8.
Yeah. 1/8 of free weed. And
at
the old
guru.
Yeah, the guru.
Yeah.
So
And I'm like, this is where we're at right now?
That's a nice tie-in because that's definitely something. That's where I was going with this is that I am drinking again, but it's weed seltzers that we have at West End.
Okay.
I've been doing extensive market research as of late.
Okay, I have too. This is good for you and I because I'm not
And
drinking.
we have okay. So Saturday night I went out and we're stocking these things now, and I was able to sit around and knock back some beers with all the boys. Cannabis seltzers. It was nice. It was actually a lot of fun for me. So you might be seeing my face out at the bars a little more, doing that.
So, but it's some sort of not it's a THCA
yes,
or Delta.
It is
Delta
it is.
9 around.
It is. It's a Delta product. There we have 3, 5, and 10 milligram options. We're gonna be coming out with a whole big new menu of all this stuff for people who are staying California sober.
Chat room saying that more than likely some of these will be at our beer fest. So
that is 100% likely. I actually there is a company called Flora who is going to both be at the beer festival and also at Sofas and Suds as a sponsor.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
I actually just got a text from them. I met with them last week. Super nice folks. They make an excellent product that I have personally tested several times now.
Yeah.
And I'm loving where this industry is going, and I think this is a nice pivot for where we're at in the world.
I love it when we find loopholes and we just say, screw you, laws.
Yeah, I do too. This whole agricultural thing is blowing my wife's mind.
Because I like you're like, oh, THC seltzers. They're for when you first
I'm
hear
just
about
buying them and shipping them to my house, and my wife's delivering. Like she's getting them. She's like, why am I allowed to get this? I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea.
Don't ask questions.
At West End, and then you were like, oh, okay, well, it must not do anything. Then no, it does exactly the same thing.
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. My 9-year-old picked it up for the UPS man. He just handed them to her. Amazing. My 9-year-old, she's pulled them inside. These are Daddy's THCs.
And you're like, wait, it can't do exactly the same thing as the illegal THC. And
it does exactly the same thing.
I'll do you one better. It might do more. It might do more.
And they're like, how's that even possible? And they're like, oh yeah, it does the exact same thing. The money outruns the law.
No, hold on.
No, it's not even that. It's that our government is set up in such a way that there's so much red tape. It takes them 10 or 15 years to figure out what's going on.
That's why we're outrunning them.
Yeah.
because they're trying to get Kratom illegal. That's 10 years ago.
People already dumped that. Yeah.
Kratom, what is this, 2006?
And guess what? If you somehow get THCA, what THCB? we'll just keep changing the number.
Like some of the ones I've been ordering and the packaging, like, I mean, it's all from reputable places, but it's like they just say THC. Mine don't even say THCA. They're just like, no. We put the real stuff in it. I'm like, well, how? How'd you do that? I just don't ask the questions.
Yeah. No one can test it. You think the cops care?
It's just
They're
too
like,
far gone.
what am I going to do? I'm just doing my job.
They probably got one cracked in their car.
Yeah, I mean,
and honestly, probably be better for them.
Yeah, chill them out a little bit. Ease up, man.
So, any other events that we want to promote going on this weekend?
So yes, we
the 3 C's.
Yes,
what does
cars, carts, and candy. So not only do we have our traditional costume contest at West End on Saturday night, like we always do, which is always huge, and it's always a huge turnout.
Yeah.
In the daytime, we're doing like a fan-friendly car. There'll be some cool cars out there and some golf carts doing a trunk or treat for the kids.
Nice.
And food trucks, like a daytime event for people who want to have a little trick-or-treating and not have to go on actual Halloween, which I guess is Thursday, correct?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just our Halloween event for like family-friendly Halloween events, noon to 5 Saturday. So there'll be food trucks and vendors and some classic cars and some golf carts out giving out candy to the kiddos.
I've always wanted to be one of those dudes that pulls up in my classic car.
Yeah.
And I pop the trunk. I set out my stuffed animals with Trump bandanas. And then a ton of...
You put the mirrors underneath.
Put the mirrors underneath so you can see how clean...
So here's what you're describing as a life where you have the luxury of time to be able to do horse shit like that.
Yeah.
Yes. I would love to have a life... Where did I?
You're fine.
No.
You're fine. We'll get it. We'll get it.
I would love to have a life where I had all this extra time to do stuff that just doesn't matter really at all.
That
would be great.
Yeah. I like how we all strive to live a life that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're like, I wish I could get to a point.
I want to do senseless things.
Yeah, where all my stuff is complete waste of time.
Yes.
Like, I'm not working towards anything. I'm just I'm driving my car to the car show, putting my stuffed animals out. No one even cares.
It sounds so
rewarding. My wife sits with me, but she doesn't talk in a lawn chair. How does that work? How do they get that to happen?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that? The old man sits in a lawn chair. The old lady's in a lawn chair. If I did that with my wife, she'd talk to me the whole time. These two people, they just sit there like statues.
I'm getting to that point. I've been with my wife so long. We sat there.
She's tired.
Y'all going silent?
Yeah.
Crystal told me you know what she said? It's the worst 2 words you can hear, or 3 words. She said, I gave up.
No.
That's what she told me.
That's
what she told me.
We gave up
to my face.
talking to each other because
it's pretty important.
No, we said all we could say. Nothing new is happening.
We can speak with our eyes now.
Yeah, we're just driving.
I can just hear Tom turn to her and say, and that's all I have to say about that.
Can we just ride in silence? We've been married for 20 years.
I do love riding in silence. It's so nice.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know what
do you watch Yellowstone?
I have watched it, yeah.
There's an episode where this girl is riding somewhere that's a long way off with Rip, and she's like, well, what do you want to listen to on the way there? He goes, the air conditioning.
Oh, I like that. I like that. That's a grumpy old man thing to say. I'm more like a Rip, and I will kill people to protect my land. I'll do it.
And innocent people.
Yeah, especially if it's
and
just
it's not even your land.
It's an autopsy guy, right?
yeah,
I'm
medical
gonna murder him good.
Real good.
Yeah, I will. I'll do anything to protect T&D Media.
Yeah.
That is
LLC.
literally the best explanation
LLC.
of what I like to do in the car.
Licensed and insured.
Yeah.
And you're throwing some drifter off of a cliff.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do that. I did date a girl who killed a homeless person. She told me one night during the throes of passion.
They burned your chest, their chest for you. And you threw them off a
Wait,
cliff.
that makes you an accomplice, man.
No. She wasn't with me at the time.
Oh.
She just she told me, she's like, oh yeah, there was this time when me and this other guy I dated threw an old man off a bridge. I'm like, I was like, okay, pull your pants down. I was like, that's fine.
Why would you say
I gotta power through. You gotta power through. You can't You can't let that shut it down. And
That's
that's
a
why
weird-
I'm the king.
That's
why
a
I'm the
that's
king.
a weird kink, Dan.
No, it wasn't. I didn't let it process. I just powered through.
Well, Daniel won the contest. Can you work into a sponsored conversation that you murdered someone? And that was the last of the challenges. Paul, Dom,
we appreciate
Christine.
Also, Christine, if you guys been following the story, she's back. She's winning her battle with cancer, and she's been back at work for almost a month now.
Hell yeah!
So it's been nice having her back. Yep. That 6-month hiatus wasn't our favorite.
Yeah.
Look at the camera. Look at the bottom right. Look at your ears.
Dom, what did you go out for? What did you run out there for?
Phone call.
Okay,
Phone call.
was
Apparently
it,
some
let's
liquid
leave-
hydrocodone.
Yeah.
What-
I was coming down.
He's like, finalize the LLC.
Yes. Hello, Sunbiz.
Finalize it. I'm going out on my own.
Wait till
Tie
you
the
hear
room
this
together.
name. I got some craziness going on. Villains
Yeah.
are going up to Maryland this weekend, and we got some shows with Ballyhoo.
Oh yeah, I saw. I subscribed to Ballyhoo's or to Howie's YouTube channel,
Sure.
and he goes live in the morning.
Those dudes are nuts. Yeah,
practicing. Yeah,
they're about it.
He's really fun, and if you like Ballyhoo and if you interact with him, he will write back to you.
Absolutely,
very nice guy.
If you try to do that with supervillains,
it won't happen.
I'll take a dump and send it to your house in the mailbox. I don't care. Yeah, no.
We do it in a sheet.
Yes,
like Andre?
Yeah. I will send you a sheet of sheet.
I like that. Well said.
And again, if you want to sign up for Sofas and Suds, you can go on Sofas and Suds Facebook page or just email one of us. We'll get it over to Mike Smith.
Show
He
at
puts it all together.
TomandDan.com.
You can go to westonvenue.com and it'll
Okay.
take you directly to where you can sign up. And
Yeah,
you
it's
get,
all an e-link.
and you
for
get
everything.
VIP tickets there as well. So
Yep.
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, build a couch. Also the recliner division never has enough people, so that's an easy way.
I'm
And that
trying
means
to
two
find
people.
a recliner now.
Yeah, you put your business in the recliner division, get some free promotion,
There you
and
go.
you need 2 racers for that, so it's easy. All right, we will see you tomorrow.
Awesome. All right, guys. Lunch time.
Yeah.
See you, dude. We will, guys. We will be back a little.